Well, I've been getting quite a few email requests to try out these different bows, these 3 different amazing speed bows. If you're interested in speed bows, these are the 3 bows you've been thinking about if you're wanting uncompromising speed. These are the PSE Omen Max, the King Cobra from APA, and also from PSE, the Full Throttle. So these are the 3 fastest bows that you can buy on the market. And I'm going to test them all today for you. These are all set at 70 pounds and 29 inches. At least that's what the manufacturer says. There probably is a bit of difference if you've ever measured bows, strings, and draw lengths. They all tend to be just a little longer than they should. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and shoot them through the chrono. I have a different assortment of arrows here. I have these carbon express arrows that are coming in at 380 grains. And I'm also coming to shoot this heavy arrow for all the bows. The FMJs, these are 655 grains. So these are some heavy arrows. We're going to shoot a light arrow and a heavy arrow through each of these bows and see who's the fastest 70-pound bow. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my PSE hat. So we're going to start off with the Omen Max. This bow has an IBO of 366 feet per second, or up to. Again, it's set at 70 pounds. It has probably the longest brace height of around 5.5 inches. And it has just a tad more valley than I've noticed with the Full Throttle. But it does have an aggressive draw cycle. So let's go ahead and shoot this 380 grain arrow through the chronograph. We got 328 feet per second. Now let's shoot the Full Throttle through it. And I'm going to shoot each of them twice just to see. Now it's the Full Throttle's turn. Definitely a shorter valley. 332 feet per second. And now we're going to shoot the King Cobra TF. So this is the newer King Cobra. This actually is technically an 80-pound bow, but I put it back down to 70. (327 feet per second). So in the first round, it seems like the Full Throttle is the fastest. Let's go ahead and shoot all 3 of them again one more time. Pause it. All right, so this is round 2 with these same bows. Going to shoot the Full Throttle through first. It actually seemed to be the fastest of the 3 on the first round. Let's go ahead and shoot this again. Again, this has probably the least value. What a beast. 332 again. So 332 hit both times of 332. Let's go ahead and pull this arrow out because last time I shot through Omen Max again. Make sure I'm at the same line for all of them, best I can. This one has a tad more valley than the Full Throttle did. But not much of a valley. Looks like we got in the 320 range again. Let me go ahead and shoot it. All right, here goes the Omen Max again. It's set up. We got about 326. Last time was 327, so it looks like it's real close. Let's try the King Cobra. They got a peep sight on it this time. The first time I tested, I didn't. $325, so it's just right there with the Omen Max so far. So far, it seems like the Full Throttle is shooting the fastest at 70 pounds. Let's go ahead and try the 655 grain arrow. I'm going to shoot the 655 grain arrow through it. So far, it seems that the Full Throttle has been the fastest bow at 70 pounds with the 380 grain arrow. Let's see how the 655 grain arrow does through this chrono. Again, this is a heavy arrow. Went through the target, but we got 253 feet per second. That's hauling for a 70-pound bow to shoot a 655 grain arrow that speed. I'm going to go ahead and pull the arrow through, but it went all the way through the target, so you can see what a heavy arrow does compared to that light arrow. Can't see the arrow since it went all the way through. Max lost casualty of war. We lost a fletching. Might as well take the rest off. We'll shoot all of them through again one more time without that. Alright, this is the Omen Max. Like I said, I'll give the Full Throttle another shot through there since it doesn't have the vanes. But it looks like some pretty fast bows. Again, an easier belly to hold into. 255, so the vanes probably did help a little bit on that. Let's shoot the Full Throttle. Main thing about the Full Throttle is just keep pulling back all the way through. Man, it went all the way through. 255 also. So now we're getting kind of a, that's high, but the arrow went flying through the target. So that has got some, that's pretty impressive. You didn't see that with the 380 grain arrow. Granted, the target's starting to get kind of worn out. I'm going to go get the arrow. I've been forgetting to put on my APA hat when I shoot the King Cobra, so let's go ahead and show that I'm not biased, because I own all the bows anyway. Let's see what this King Cobra does. I bet you it's going to shoot through it. But it seemed like the Omen Max and the Full Throttle with heavy arrows does about the same job. A little bit more belly, kind of like the Omen Max. And we have 255 again. So that means the Full Throttle, the Omen Max, and the King Cobra all shot 255 with that heavy arrow, that 655 grain arrow. So they all are basically in that same IBO range. And you notice the heavy arrow seems, or the differences seem to be about the same. A bit faster in general at 70 pounds than the King Cobra. But the King Cobra has one trick up its sleeve. It can still shoot at 80 pounds while the other two can't, which makes it incredibly fast. Anyway, that's kind of the gist of this. It seems like the Full Throttle just kind of edges out the other two bows when you consider the average, but we're also talking a couple feet per second at that 380 grain arrow. When we start talking about the 655 grain arrow, we didn't really see any differences. So these bows are extremely close to each other in speed. Thank you.